Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I picked up a set of OEM roof rails for my 2021 Toyota Rav4 Prime. So in today's video, I'm going to be installing those roof rails, but more importantly, I'm going to be doing some testing. I'm really curious to see how much range I lose simply by adding roof rails. I'm kind of nervous about what I'll lose because I really want to keep these on the car, but when you're doing modifications like this, unfortunately, there's usually a hit to efficiency. So stay tuned, we're going to see what happens. So the first thing we're going to do is a baseline range test. I'm only going to drive around 10 miles and we're going to see how efficient the car is without any roof rails. I'm going to reset the miles per kilowatt hour meter inside this car so it'll start off fresh and we'll see what we get. Before any good range test, you want to make sure the car is warm, and it is. I drove around this morning. Now it's here charging. That's also going to be warming up the battery pack. The weather is a bit cool today. It's about 61 degrees. There really isn't too much wind, and I'm going to be doing these range tests back to back so conditions are as close to the same as possible. When we come back, I'll install the roof rack, and we'll do the same trip all over again. All right, so I'll reset my trip odometer. Then I'm going to reset my miles per kilowatt hour meter, and we're ready to head off on this baseline test. This is without roof rails. We're going to see what the car can do for efficiency just as it comes from the factory. I have the climate controls off. I won't be using those for the trip at all. I shouldn't really need to. It's not too cold, not too hot, pretty good temperature outside. And I'm also going to be setting the cruise control at 61 miles per hour. I'm going to try to keep all conditions and the whole situation all as closely as possible through these tests, just to make sure everything is apples to apples. So here we go on this first baseline test. Another test that I want to include while we're doing this is the noise level. I want to see how much louder the roof rails are going to make this car. So here we go. This is my iPhone. It's right up here at my moonroof. And then I'm going to open the moonroof and we can compare the wind noise. There you go. Really not bad at all. Very quiet, very calm. And there it is with the window closed. All right, and then we'll compare that to how it sounds with the roof rails. All right, we just passed the halfway mark. Now we're heading back to my house. It was a little scary there for a while. The miles per kilowatt hour was only around like 1.8 when I looked, but now we're up to 3.0. It was 3.2. Now it's 3.1. We've got a little bit of an uphill here. I think we have one more uphill as we get closer to the house. All right, that's the end of the baseline test. Looks like I did 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour over 9.5 miles. I am in sport mode. I forgot to mention that earlier. I just like to use sport mode sometimes because it has better regen. But in order to keep everything apples to apples, of course, I'll definitely be using sport mode on the second trip as well. I'm still accelerating very gently. I'm trying to drive efficiently, but more importantly, I want to keep everything consistent. So now we're going to install these roof rails. So we're going to start by removing these covers right here. I have this little pry tool and I should be able to just go in there and pop it right up. Those are going to be very easy. So I'll get all four of those off. So those are all off and they actually give you this convenient little bag so you can store all these pieces so they don't get all scratched up. So that's pretty nice. I have the first bars up there just set in place. They're not bolted in yet, but I thought I'd show you that on each of these little feet, they are labeled. So this one says right hand, right rear. So that's an easy way of knowing exactly how they go on the car, but very easy to put together so far. Let's see if I can get in here close. It looks like they want these little tabs to be pointed up And if you can see the outline, let me see. If you can see the outline of this right here, they fit these little washers perfectly. So just like that. So these things are going to be facing up, and then the bolt goes right in the top like that. So I'm going to do this for all the rest of them, and then we'll tighten it down. All right, here's a close-up of the torque wrench that they gave me. So you can see that purple thing, and then once that pointer gets lined up with that slot on that purple marker, then it's good. So right about there, that's good. So that's torqued down evidently. I do have a normal torque wrench that I could use, but they provide this, so I wanted to give a full review and give it a try with this, and I don't know, it seems like it was fine. And it does say 12 Newton meters on here, just in case you were wondering. All right, so here we go with the feet. All of these are clearly marked. It says forward with an arrow right there. And this is the front foot, so this is gonna go on the front driver's side door area right over there. It has a little lock on it. I've never seen that before, but we'll use this tool that it gives us, and we'll give it a try. So it looks like you just put the lower part in first. There's a couple little posts right there. So those go in here first, and then you clip it down. And now it's locked. Time to do the same thing with the other side. Just want to include a quick close-up of this little locking mechanism. So they give you two of these unique keys. Well, I'm not sure how unique they are. I guess if you have this kit, you probably all have the same one, but then it just goes right in there, and you can turn it so that way it's unlocked, and that would remove this cover here. And then if you wanted to lock it back up, now again, you're locking this cover on here so nobody can access the bolt that's inside there. All right, now that I got those on, it's time to do our second test. This is going to be our efficiency test to see how the car performs with these brand new roof rails on. Okay, here we go on the second test. I'm going to again reset the trip and then reset the miles per kilowatt hour meter. And we are set to go. Oh, let me make sure I put it back into sport mode. And we are off for the second test. All right, we're back for the wind noise test. I can already say that I can hear it up there. Obviously you can see it there, so it's going right across the moonroof. So I do hear a little bit of noise out there. I'm going to open the window and we can compare and see how that sounds. Yeah, I think it's definitely noticeable, but it's very faint and it's not obtrusive, it's not annoying. It's really not that bad. And I did already notice that if I close the moonroof cover here, this little slip, it completely disappears, like it's not even there. You can't tell any difference at all. So if you're really bothered by wind, you might hear it, but I really don't think it's that bad at all. We just passed the halfway mark and it looks like we're almost identical to the first baseline test. We were at 3.2 on the first test. Wow, just went from 3.2 to 3.0 right now. All right, we'll see what it is by the end. Wow, I am very happy with this result. With the roof rails, I still got 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour. I really thought there was going to be more of a loss than that. Obviously, you can expect a loss, but I honestly thought it was going to be more of a loss. So I'm very happy with that. Again, I drove the same 9.5 miles, and we got 2.7 miles per kilowatt hour compared to 2.8 miles per kilowatt hour with just the car without the roof rails. Also, I should add that I think the wind picked up a little bit. I see my flag flapping a little bit more. and on this trip it seemed like the trees were blowing a little bit harder. But either way, it doesn't seem like it really affected things because I only lost 1/10 of a mile. I sincerely hope that this video helped put your mind at ease for some of you guys who might be considering getting roof rails for your RAV4 Prime or even just a regular 2019 and up RAV4. I don't think you're going to take nearly the hit that at least I thought I was going to take. Next, I'm actually going to be adding a roof basket. I think that'll affect efficiency a lot more, but I'm going to save that for the next video. I've already probably made this one too long as it is. If this helped any of you guys or taught you something, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you want to be notified for the next video when that comes out. But thanks a lot for watching, guys. I appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.